we're going to meet people at work, and this is something we really enjoy doing because we talk to people either with unusual jobs or people who've switched from something which is totally unrelated to the next thing that they might be doing. And so, this next lady we're going to speak to actually went from the halls of a bank to the intimate surrounds of a jewelry store. But the thing is, Justine, she grew up in a family of gold jewelers. So as a child, she was running around the stores, with, her uncles and things like that, her father, her grandparents, and she actually learned a different language, right? Carrots rather than...
But what she did end up learning, actually, was that, like her grandparents, she wanted to create a legacy that she could call her own. And she graduated with a computer science degree. She landed her first job as a corporate banker. And then in 2013, this mother of 3 boys was awarded the Young Entrepreneur Award.
Yeah, and I just wonder why she didn't walk into the jewelry store for her first job.
Yeah.
And not go the roundabout route. So anyway, let's talk with Amanda Khoo. Amanda is founder of eClarity, and we find out her story today. Amanda, thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning, ladies.
Hi.
Thank you very much for the very long description.
But thank you so much for joining us. So we have to ask you, because you grew up in a family of jewelers, you did not walk into the jewelry store after school. You went to university, you did computer science, you became a banker, and then you changed tracks, became a jeweler. I mean, why didn't you join the family business in the first place?
Oh, so, wow, do you have an hour?
I wish
we did.
The story is a long story. So I, of course, yes, like how you describe, I grew up in a family of jewelers. I went through stories like kidnapping, robbery, that story for another day. And, so from having chauffeurs and maid at the age of 13, I was sent to Singapore alone. I live alone. I cook for myself. I iron for myself. And, so the decision was to pursue a very professional degree. And so I went on and graduated from NUS with a computer science degree.
Did your parents not want you to join the business when you were in Malaysia?
You see, so interesting. I have a friend who is a doctor, and he strongly recommends his daughter not to be a doctor. At least be a dentist. Don't be a doctor. So that's how my parents gave me that freedom to pursue whatever capacity that I could or dream that I had. So it wasn't like, you have to join us because we went through a lot, right? We know the pros, we know the cons. Yeah.
But then you did become a jeweler. So just think about that sort of that transition, the difficulties, the challenges to become a jeweler. Did you sort of have to sort of remember those things you learned as a child? What training did you receive?
So after computer science from NUS, I worked for a few years like you described. So I worked for a bank as actually a computer scientist. And then I went on to GIA in New York, not having the dream to have the same business as my parents, but I wanted to create something myself. And I went to GIA. I did a postgraduate gemology program where I learned grading of diamonds and identification of gemstones and the different metals. So I became a gemologist. I am also an accredited jewelry professional. That's when the dream begins.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And it does sound like you've always wanted to do things differently from the rest of your family. Yeah. And they ran a very traditional gold jewelry store, didn't they?
They have about 30 to 50 outlets by then. So they are also observant of the upcoming trend. So while the core was gold, they had some diamonds in store as well. Yep.
Did it not occur to you that to continue your parents' and your grandparents' legacy back home?
By now, I'm already in the industry for 17 years. Maybe about 10 years ago, I am integrating my contribution towards the family as well. I think it's such a good thing because I'm so much more confident now, experienced now. I think the capacity that I can give is so much more than, let's say, joining as a fresh grad.
Yeah, perhaps the journey did add to your maturity and understanding of the business.
Definitely. I think it just not only the knowledge that from diamonds and facing customers for 17 years, creating bespoke jewelry, also observing the trends for so many years. I think it's just a different person now compared to when I was in my 20s, right?
And Amanda, you know, the pioneering of this rental subscription business model for fine jewelry, which is what you've done, and very successfully. How has this type of business model been accepted here?
Let me share a bit of the founding journey and how it started. So for 17 years, I've been creating jewelry, and the masterpiece is always something that we keep. So rather than selling that, we keep as a sample line. So when you come in and you want to place an order for a design that I have in store, I'll create a new piece for you. So now with 17 years, I've accumulated more than 1,000 pieces of sample line. Now with all the new ideology of reducing excess capacity, sharing economy, saving the world. So we have decided to rent it out with a subscription program. Yeah. So when we started, it was last year. It was semi-lockdown. People were just Zooming at home. Our first customers were just our own customers renting for special day or after knowing the program, they became interested. But slowly we have people like the influencers from Instagram, from TikTok, writing to us, and we thought this is a good program for them. And subsequently we have business owners, we have agents, sales agents. And so it has been slowly spreading the word. And we have more than 70 subscribers right now, and it's growing. And the youngest subscriber we have is actually a gamer who is 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
And he's very active on TikTok and all that. So, we see how it grows.
So this would appeal very much to younger people.
Yeah, I recognize that. So for eClarity, Bespoke Jewellery and BA.sg Lab-Grown Diamonds, our two other brands, they appeal to people who are getting married or celebrating anniversaries. But for this subscription program, the sample line, because it's an app and then it's renting instead of buying, I noticed that the target segment is around 20 to 35 years old. They are the leader in terms of this segment.
Is this the way the jewelry industry will go, you think, Amanda? For, you talked about an app. So people are looking at their jewelry through an app. I'm not sure if I would do that. And then the rise in jewelry rentals. Do you think this is the way forward post-pandemic?
Wow, did you just reveal your age that you think you're not comfortable?
I'm probably like my mom. You have to be in the store to see it, to see the man and touch it. Know the man is going to take my jewels.
yeah, exactly. That's the very common comment that I got 17 years ago when I created maybe the first in the region lifetime diamond database.
Yes.
People ask me who would buy diamonds online when diamond is such a big ticket item. But they did very well, right?
That's so interesting, that database. Yeah.
Because it appealed to more than 50% of the people who like the transparency of comparison, the price, the specs, the cert, rather than talking to a salesperson and depend on the salesperson's ability to explain something to you. These people... They Google, they want to see what they, they believe what they read, what they see. So lifetime diamond database was a proven digitalization. Moving on, I think app is the way to go. Renting, it really is aligned with the young people concept. Rather than owning assets and all that.
Yeah. Really sort of pivoted digitally there.
Yeah.
Amanda, you're the mum of 3 boys. Are you hoping, or do you see them taking over your business someday in the future?
Are you grooming them?
Yeah.
Boys, my oldest is 17 years old, but then you know how when they were young, they want to be Transformer, they want to be Spider-Man, and then, now
astronaut.
Now finally they start to speak some sense. They want to be Joseph Schooling, they want to be a lawyer. Now their dream keep changing, right? So I think I just want to empower them to pursue their dream. They have the resources, the talent, the determination. I will share with them the challenges. I'll give them as much familiarity in the industry as I could, which they are coming to my office to work every holiday.
Oh, good.
Earn the money. And then let's see where it leads them to.
And that's great. Just finally, before we let you go, Amanda, what legacy would you like to leave your children? They're still quite young.
So in terms of legacy, besides the property and the money and all that we're talking about, which, bringing up boys as a mother, I think what I really want to give them is the ability and the desire to pursue their dream, so that one day they be able to become someone who can give, who can teach, who can inspire, who can love, and who can take care of me, right?
Yes.
So we talk about money and business a lot, and I think the knowledge is what I would like to pass on to them.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Lovely.
Amanda, thank you so much, and we wish you the best in your business going forward and with your family as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Amanda Koo, founder of eClarity.